And oh, we're back. We're back. We're back.
Hello.
Shaba, hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm feeling very happy with this vitamin D, you know?
You know what? You sound better since we started doing this
The
today.
vitamin D,
Little vitamin dizzle.
um yeah, the vitamin Dizzle, this nice vitamin water from here at Cumbies.
We have some
Um
exciting news.
the Tokitos, I believe that's what they're called.
I had an egg salad sandwich.
I had breakfast taquitos and a large thing of vitamin water, and it was bus.
I have some chips left over. I have some barbecue chips too, and I have a coffee. And I love Cumberland Farms. And before we forget,
Oh my
Shaba, can we just
goodness.
talk about just what happened the past 20 minutes?
Yes, please. So we just met the sweetest, most amazing store manager, and her name just happens to be Allie here at Cumberland Farms in good old Stafford Springs, Connecticut. And she was a breath of fresh air.
I love how much passion she has for her job because we've talked about it previous, but Cumberland
Absolutely.
Farms is a staple in our community as
Oh,
far as
huge.
seeing people,
Huge.
you have a sandwich, eat outside.
All ages. The kids love coming here for the little
Yeah.
what do they call them? Freezies, the
Free
little the
yeah.
ice cream things that you
Yeah,
mix.
they mix. That's a hot thing right now.
Yeah, yeah. I know my girls would be like, "Mom, oh my gosh, how do you not know what it's called?"
But another one of our listeners, out on the other side of the river in Connecticut, she's like, "Hey, I love Cumberland Farms too." And a lot of people, Cumberland Farms is like America's
It's a
corner
gem.
store. What used to be like a
Yeah,
corner
it's
store
a
or something.
gem.
It's a gem.
It's a
Like,
gem.
yeah, it's corporate, but that just because it's corporate doesn't mean it's bad.
Not at all.
You know, they do a lot for the community. She was talking about how the kind of the environment that she wants here,
Yeah, and I just love
the pride.
the pride,
Pride.
right? She has done a phenomenal job with this location. Absolutely phenomenal.
And we're not easy here.
We're not, no, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, it is a small town. It's a very close knit, very small town. Welcoming, but at the same time, I think slow to welcome, if that makes sense in
Yeah.
a way. Um, but I mean, she knows the customers here. It's visible in her interactions with them. The staff here is pretty awesome. Um, just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful job she's doing here at this location.
So shout out to Allie.
Yeah,
It
shout out
was
to
really
Allie.
it was really nice to meet her and just to hear like what it means to her to oversee the store. I think it's awesome.
And thank you for not
Kicking us out.
yeah, kicking us out or getting us ticketed for trespassing.
Okay. It is. I'm just going to tell you right now. We got the handshake deal from Allie. Allie told us, like, we are welcome here. We are
Yeah,
welcome to
that was pretty
podcasts.
cool.
The two talking fools are welcome to podcasts at Cumberland Farms. Do you know what that means?
That's pretty cool that she came out and said hello.
I can even see like a collaboration on merchandise, like two talking fools with Cumberland Farms.
I'm here for it.
I see endless opportunities here.
Cumberland Farms just sponsor us.
Just come on, just we're here, we're doing it. We're drinking your drinks, we're eating your eats,
We talk about you guys all the time.
and we do.
Let's collab.
We also, excuse me, have a signature coffee that I would like to. Holy shit, Shaba! You know what we should do? We should create
Don't
a
tell.
secret menu, like you know how like Starbucks does that, where they have like secret menus where they have drinks, but you have to specifically ask for them, and they're not on their menu. Have you heard about stuff like this?
No, but I'm
Girl,
telling you, our
giddy
secret coffee. What?
Giddy up! So I'm telling you, you and I could create. You know what I make here? I'll tell you. So first of all, our coffee that that coffee that we created,
Mm.
fire.
Oh,
I'm not even willing to give up we would have to talk to the group about
yeah, we would have to
giving that
discuss it with
recipe up.
the pent, because it is, it's one of those things where
That
if
was
you know the ingredient, then
right. And there's a whole process to making that drink too.
Yeah.
You can make it at any Cumberland Farms store, but there is a process and procedure.
Yeah.
And this drink was inspired to this coffee
spirits.
Drink was inspired by all the girls who get together with people and have coffee and chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we've got that. So Cumberland Farms, we need to create a secret menu. First of all, we have the #1 coffee drink that people will ask for time in and time out. That's a fact. And then, you know what I make sometimes when we're here at night and we eat, like we'll have dinner and you're like, damn, like when I look at yours, Kate, it makes me,
oh,
right there.
Yes.
That could be a secret menu item.
Yeah. Yeah. The sausage thing, but I won't say anything else.
That's it. You're pretty, like, you don't experiment as much as I do when it comes to concoctions.
I don't. I will experiment if somebody like is putting it together. I will taste test, that's fine, but myself, I just, I don't.
I gotta put a baseball cap on because my eyes are starting to hurt. Hold on.
It's definitely bright out here.
It's great. It's just, whew. Yeah. So, so what an interesting morning. What an interesting morning. I'm just grabbing my hat.
Yeah, it has been an interesting morning, but a lot of positive energy.
Oh, I love the energy of this
such
morning.
Amazing energy.
Yep.
So we met one lady that was, super sweet, asking us what we did. We were telling her about the podcast. We met JP, who has inspired the name Two Talking Fools.
Yeah, I mean, we really should say where that name came from. Like,
yeah,
the Two Talking Fools. Like, the Two Talking Fools started because when we started our Two Dancing Fools, the dance videos, my brother called us Two Damn Fools.
Mm-hmm.
On Facebook.
All the time. Yeah.
I'd like to think of that as support.
Mm-hmm.
Unwavering brotherly support.
Yeah, big brother support.
Big brother support.
Yeah. So we saw him.
Yeah. Saw my niece.
Saw your niece. And
soon to be nephew Danny.
Yeah. Shout out to them. Love them.
Shout out to them. Love them.
And we met the manager of this location.
Now we finally, right, because some of the staff here, they've been asking, like, who are these girls that just shack up these 2 chairs and just camp out? Like, people had, I guess, Shaba, I didn't realize there was almost a point now where I feel like people were going to put this on, like, our town pages. Like, what are those 2 girls doing? And I'm glad that we're starting to clarify what we're doing here. Could you imagine if somebody went on our town page and was like, hey guys, so I'm sure some of you are wondering the same thing I'm wondering. Went by Cumberland Farms the other day and there was these 2 girls sitting out here on camping chairs.
I mean, listen, I'm here for it.
Holding microphones. Like, are they from some kind of church? Are they a political campaign?
You know what? I'm here for it because then that's more engagement too.
Right. Yeah. So just come up and ask us and you if you want to be on the podcast, that's great. I'm going to order more mics. We're going to have fun with it. So special guests, come on down. You had a long day. You're pissed off. You see us in the parking lot, pull up a chair.
And join in on the conversation.
Join in. Tell us why you're mad. Hot 93.7.
Tell us why you're mad.
Tell us why you're mad.
Yeah. So, buddy.
So, don't you know?
Don't you know? Don't you know? So we were talking about the next topic we were going to go over.
Yeah.
And it was something that we try to make sure we're prepared with a list of items that we're going to go over. Oh my gosh. Oh boy, I can't with you sometimes with these podcasts. You guys, if you only saw some of the things that go on. But
If
anyways,
you see what
we
I
try to come up
see.
with a list of items that we're going to discuss on our podcast. And one of them was something that you wanted to talk about, buddy. And I think it is a great topic of discussion.
Was it the one that I was just starting a rant on?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. When I was younger, I
When
can
I was
remember myself.
young, I
Say it again.
never needed anyone.
What is that? Is that your? Is
Isn't
that
that the song? Isn't that how the song?
when I was what?
When I was young, I never needed anyone.
Well, I know
Who
who
sings
sang it.
that?
I have no. I've never heard that
Oh
song
my
in my entire life.
gosh.
I have never heard the song that just.
All by
Oh,
myself.
don't wanna be.
But isn't that the beginning of it?
I don't know, Shams.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Sometimes.
interrupt. That was so rude.
No,
But
bud, come on now. Come on now. So, when I was younger, I remember asking my parents, like, don't you want to do this? Don't you want to do that? Don't you want to go here? Don't you want to, all these things? Always thinking that life had to be bigger than it is, right? And I, this is a natural thing that comes up in conversation, especially after a weekend. It's like, oh, hey, how was your weekend? This can be anybody, family member, friend, coworker, doesn't matter. How was your weekend? What'd you do? Or like summer, what are your summer plans? When either of those are brought up as like a question to me, like, what'd you do this weekend? Or what have you got planned for the summer? It's hard because I totally understand why somebody's asking me, and I ask everyone else too. But for me, it's like, if you work 5 or 6 days a week, then you have that one day. For me, just putting around the house, doing some grocery shopping, taking a nap, being with my family, I might not have necessarily anything planned. So I'm going to tell you, oh, I didn't do anything this weekend. Well, every weekend pretty much sounds like I do nothing. You know what I mean?
no, I hear you. I'm just laughing because I'm that person who Monday morning, I'm like, morning, everybody. How are you? How was your weekend?
Right.
What'd you do
I
this
think I think
weekend?
we, and not
Yeah.
to get like all like soft or anything, but I do think we need to just like remember it's okay if somebody asks you every Monday for 25 weeks over and they ask you, what have you done over the weekend? It's okay if you haven't done anything, because I think the average is you haven't really done anything. What are we doing? We're going to games, we're carting around our children, and I say that lovingly. We're cooking. We're catching up with housework. We're doing a little craft or something we want to
For
do.
sure, for sure.
I mean, so that's my thing. Is if you feel like people ask you that and you don't really have anything to report, like, what did I do? Nothing. That's okay. Like nothing is okay. Same with the summer. Everybody's situations are different. I I didn't really take a vacation this year, but I'm also kind of happy where I'm at anyways. So it's a vacation for me is not going to dictate happiness if I go 5 or 7 days away. Could I use a break? Probably, but I don't need that because my happiness is where I'm at. And I'm not trying to be like self-righteous here or anything. I hope that's not coming off that way.
Oh no, I get what you're. Okay, I got
You
you.
know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
get what you're saying.
if
In
my
order
life
to
gets to the
actually
point where
be
like,
happy,
yeah,
I hear you. You don't need stuff. You don't need plans.
right.
Gotcha.
I mean, I had to have,
gotcha.
I'd like to do some things, but I also feel like going away on vacation, depending on your situation, it's more
Stress.
stress and hassle than going away, especially like, for instance, if you have pets. I have a dog that
Oh,
requires a very strict diet, and she
I
requires
love
a lot
her.
of attention, and
I
she
love
deserves it.
her.
But I can't leave her at a kennel. Wouldn't leave her at a kennel.
Better not. Just call up
And
Auntie Shabs. I'll be right there.
she the ache that she feels when we go away. I think
I
about stuff like
know.
that. So anyway, and I hope people ask me how was your weekend. Like, I'm not. I hope it didn't come off like.
No,
But
I get what you're saying. I was gonna make
like,
a
what would you
joke of
say
it.
this week? Like, okay, if you have an average weekend, what do you say? Oh well.
Well, I hope nobody asked me about my weekend because
Okay,
yeah.
unsick Shaba. Like,
No, unsick Shaba would be the same exact way. I'd be the
went to
same exact
church.
way.
Went to like usually you go to church and
I haven't been to church. Oh my goodness, in a minute.
It's okay,
I miss
Shabs.
it. I know. I haven't been to church in a minute. I was actually looking forward to going today, but I don't want to be too close to anybody.
You don't, yeah, and especially you go to a church with older people. If they're
Yeah,
compromised or anything, I can
right.
understand that.
You have to be mindful of that stuff. Um, yeah, no, I hear you. Wow, it's interesting you say that because, and like I said, I was laughing because I'm that person.
Me too,
I always
though.
say I'm like, because I'm a, we had this conversation during another one of our episodes, being morning people and whatnot, and I am 1,000% a morning person, so just naturally I'm like, good morning, everybody. I've learned though, I have learned, um, or I've learned who is not necessarily a morning person and who is, and
Oh,
I'm very mindful of that.
very cutesy,
Very cutesy, very mindful, very
very
demure.
demure.
Yeah. I am. I'm very mindful of that because here's the thing. I remember when I wasn't, and I didn't want people talking to me in the morning. I really didn't.
Fair,
Like,
fair enough.
I acknowledge you and I say good morning, and but just the first thing that came to mind is like, oh my goodness, can we not do this right now? It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, you
Right,
know what I mean? I was like that during my younger years.
right.
Um, so I 1,000% get it. So I'm very mindful, and now it's just like, good morning. I hope you had a good weekend. And some I might say, did you did anything fun this weekend? But now that you say that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm totally not going to ask that now
Well,
because that's an excellent point.
I
It
mean,
is.
fun
It's a
for me is like watering my indoor plants and maybe, I don't know, cooking a nice meal,
I don't know, buddy. Though,
playing some
if
video
I'm being
games.
1,000% with you, though,
Yeah.
after not going on vacation, taking a vacation in over a year, I, not gonna lie though, if I could, I think I would be 1,000% happy going away somewhere for like a week.
Oh, if I could get everything in order where I didn't have, I had no worries about anything in my adult life, I could go away for 7 to 14 days. Yes, I would be thrilled.
Okay, I have to ask though,
Yeah.
and not to get off topic, but I am curious. Where would you, as far as the setting, would you be more of like a beach person? Would you be more of a mountain person or somewhere in the middle?
I've been looking at these
Or
Viking
tropicale?
cruises. Viking cruises.
Okay.
Okay, so these are cruise. These I've never been on a cruise, first of all, and um I've only done a little bit of traveling. But I mean, yes, could I go somewhere that's tropical and beautiful? Yeah, I like that setting. I could go to Disney right now and go to the Caribbean beach resort and be like over the moon, happy with life. But these Viking cruises, now that I get older, if I were to do something, I like the idea of like going down a small river and stopping in and doing different things. And I don't know. I'm here for that. I want to explore more and I want to see culture and I want to see Europe more. So I'd probably go to Europe.
Ooh, okay.
Probably would. What about you?
I'm here for that. Um, it's interesting. I have a few acquaintances where I see photos very tropical, very island. I think I'm kind of island out. Having a family from the islands and going there a few times. For me, it would be in the mountains somewhere.
Oh yeah, I forgot who I'm talking to.
No, it
I
would.
forgot. Yeah, Miss. I'm talking to Miss Vermont. If Shaba,
Listen, here's the thing. I have not gone to Maine yet, and I have not gone to New Hampshire. And I hear that I would absolutely love New Hampshire more than I would love Vermont. And I've also heard I
oh,
would love Maine more than I love all of them. I have not experienced the other two states further up north. So I don't really
that is all. Everything you just said, as far as what people say is the best, that's all based on personal.
preference.
Like I
Right,
would
right.
tell
But
you right
I've
now that
never,
Maine's the best. I would tell you Maine beats every other state in the United
and
States.
but here's the thing.
But that's my view.
No, absolutely. And so I, being 1,000% with you, I think that in 2025, that's kind of what I want to do with the girls. Is I want to check out the two of them.
Good for you.
I do. Because I love being able to just pack up and we go on like whether it's an extended weekend or oh, I'm not even gonna ask. We go on an extended weekend or just something, and we just go away. I love that stuff. They love doing that. They love doing that. And they're at those ages now where they like we can do so much more.
Yes.
So much more.
Yep.
It's like built-in sidekicks. It's the best. It really is.
New England's amazing. If you're not from New England, and I think all parts of the country are beautiful, like Montana. I have friends that go to Montana all the time. They like absolutely adore it out there. I lived in LA. I love the West Coast. I mean, there's so many parts of the world that are great. I think you got to go and explore. We're lucky though. We're lucky that we have so much right in our backyard.
You know where I do want to go though?
Where?
And it's killing me because I forgot who told me that there is a place somewhere. Oh my
that you want to go?
Yes, and it's like on a ranch
in New York.
Do you know exactly what I'm talking about?
I
don't
do.
You? Because I could see it all over your face.
I know people have gone there.
I want to do that. Go
she
to
wants
an
to
actual
go to a dude ranch.
Yes, go to a ranch with like horses and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm here for all of. Listen, I'm here for all of that. I'm here for all of that. I am. I would do that. I would experience something like that.
Shaba, if you asked her like what her favorite thing to do is, it's like to go to Vermont. Like that's her ideal spot.
I love Vermont. I love Vermont.
If you like the girls Vermont, and I would just go to Old Sturbridge Village.
The girls and I would take day trips there quite a bit. We would. We'd leave really early in the morning and just make an entire day of it.
If you like Vermont, you're going to like New Hampshire. To say one is better than the other, but I think they're both pretty. I mean, I don't know.
It's just nice to get out. That's definitely something I want to do this year. A lot of time that I was off, or a lot of PTO time that I had was used either for sick time, but a majority of it was used. It was half and half. So either half sick time or half towards volunteer stuff. And I just won't be doing that this year. I can assure you that I won't be doing that this year.
Doing what?
Using the other half of it that's not, sick time towards volunteer stuff. I'm not using up my earned PTO time that I could be using with my family
100%.
Towards volunteer stuff. So if I can't make it within certain hours, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do that. So yeah, 2025 is going to definitely be a different year for us. That's for sure.
What else are you going to do in 20? Well, actually, now hold on. We're at 22 minutes here. Should we just go on to another episode?
We totally could.
Guys, we're just talking up a storm. So come meet us on the other side.
Yeah, praise.
Hey, sugar, take a walk on the wild side. Do 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 do. Okay, Shabby, it's time to go.
Praise be.
And with you.
And also with you. Or peace be with you. Peace.
Oh, okay. We're just going to end it.
Peace be with you,
Peace,
buddy.
y'all. On to the next one.